All right, so we are ready to get started. Thanks so much for hopping on. And I think, Adriana, you said Danielle is going to share her testimony with us.
Yes, Danielle
Yay!
Lamb. Hey, Danielle, how are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good. Danielle is a gold ambassador, and y'all, she kicked her business into gear with three-way messages and with jump starts. Like she built two gold with those things. I'd love for you to share real quick, Danielle, kind of how you utilize three-way messages and the jump starts and kind of how they worked for you and your team.
Three-way messages. Oh my goodness. That's all I can say. I was scared to talk about Plexus, and I felt like I didn't know what I was talking about. Still today there's times I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. I need Adriana. So even today I had someone in a three-way message with Adriana. I'll message a person, I talk to them, I'll send them a third-party validation tool. And then once I can tell that they're really interested, I, make sure Adriana is available. And we just start a three-way message. And for the most part, she carries the weight in that. Just being that other person that, it's not me telling my story because they've watched me. They don't want to hear my story anymore after I've, shared my why. And then they watch the video, but they hear it from someone else. And they know it's not just something that I'm doing. They can see her life and how it's changed her life and her kid's life and her husband's life. And it's awesome. I get people into jump starts. And then, even like from the jump start that we have now, we had that three-way message going this afternoon. And then that is how you get your business going, those third-party validations.
Yay, I love it. That's awesome. Danielle's someone who I can say, okay, girl, this week you're going to get me in 10 three-way messages, and then she'll go do it.
And it really works out good because I'm a teacher and I can't, there's those hours during the day that I can't do anything. It's impossible. But don't tell anybody. I do check my phone. And so then I'm like, Adriana, I got a three-way message, and I can, jump it on like during my planning, and she carries weight, and then I have to go back and scroll through and read. But it allows me to work my business when that's not my business hours.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. What about your health testimonial? Marianne and I and Katie would love for you to share just kind of like a snippet of what this has done for you. Your story's different than a lot and than of most because you were like a string bean and you weren't trying to lose weight. You were actually trying to gain weight. So you were super not interested in Plexus for quite some time.
Yeah. Yeah, my friend Brandon is my direct upline. And he sent me messages out the yin. And I'm like, really, Brandon? I'm 85 pounds. Leave me alone. And, but I had migraines like daily. Like I had, 3 to 5 migraines a week. And then on the off days, I had headaches. I was on tons of medicine. I was underweight. I was ADHD. I didn't sleep at night. Like I laid in the bed and I would get like 2 hours of sleep. And then it would be time for me to get up for work, and I would oversleep, and my mom would have to drive 5 minutes down the road and come bang on my window and scare me to death to get me to wake up. But I'm off ADHD medicine. I'm just going to be honest right quick. I used to take this medicine that I call my get fat medicine, and go. I love you. Good night. Sorry, guys. All right, go.
Aww.
Bye. And so I used to have to take 5 pills a day just for that to help me maintain weight. And then ADHD medicine, migraine medicine, and it's all gone now. I'm just me. And I gained weight. Yes, I went from 85 pounds to like 110 pounds within a year. And like my doctor was like super happy.
That is awesome. Amazing.
And I can get married and walk down the aisle and feel comfortable with myself.
That is awesome. That is so awesome. Thank you so much, Danielle, for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
That's so great. So tonight, what we're going to talk about is we're talking about Facebook. Facebook has changed a lot since I know when I started, and we're learning some new things and we're trying some new things that are working, and they're really cool. You know, they're a little bit different, but they're really neat. So we're going to share just for a little bit, and then we want to take some questions from you guys, and it doesn't have to be on Facebook. It can be on whatever you want it to be on about your business. And we're here to help you and help offer advice and work, through, because 9 times out of 10, if you have a question, everybody else has the same question. So, or has had it before or has gone through it, and we can all do it together. So anyway, Adriana, I think, is going to start us out.
Awesome. Thank you. So I want to talk a bit about something we call the 10-10, but in particular, we're talking about engagement here. So many of you have been hearing this word algorithm thrown around. Lots of you know what it is. Some of you might not. Basically, you don't decide, well, let's say this. Not all of your friends are seeing your posts, and you are not seeing all of your friends' posts. Facebook decides. And I used to think that was just the stupidest thing on earth. Like, that is so dumb. Why can't I see everyone's post? But really, when you think about it, think about how many friends you have on Facebook and how many times a day people update their statuses. There's no way that there's enough time in the day for us to all really scroll through everything and all the content. There's like billions of users on Facebook. So Facebook has something called an algorithm, and it's pretty complex, and they take a lot of things into consideration. But something that weighs super, super heavily on the algorithm is engagement. The meaning, let's say that you jump on Facebook and Sally Sue has a post of her and little Timmy at the park swinging on the swings, and they're having lots of fun. What does engagement mean? It means you're going to take the time not just to like it, not just to scroll past it. That's lazy. Facebook wants you to engage, okay? That's how they're gauging who is relevant in whom's life, right? Who has connections? Who really cares? What things do you want to see? Do you want to see Sally Sue and little Timmy swinging at the swings, or do you not care? If you scroll past it, you probably don't care, right? So you need to engage. Engage meaning comment, say something, right? Oh my gosh, Sally, that's the cutest picture ever. Y'all look like you're having a blast. Not just a one word, not just an emoji, not just heart, heart, heart. Really engage and be active in the conversation. It's a wonderful thing to ask questions, because the goal is for you to have whoever posted that to reply back to you. There's some statistic, and I don't know what it is. Marianne probably would know it before I would, but basically, if you can get the person to reply back to you, that's huge. So you want to have conversations in the comments. Not just little one-word things, not just little emojis, right? So you really want to spend some time engaging on people's posts. That's how we build relationships, right? I've been super heavy the last 30, 60, 90 days building relationships with people that I had no clue who they were. Like we were recently added on Facebook. I added them, they added me, and I just got really heavy in engaging with people and actually caring about their lives and getting to know them better. In terms of the algorithm, basically, comments are king, y'all. Comments, 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 okay? So, let's see. That's a heavy, heavy, heavy influence on the algorithm. So, there's something called the 10-10, and it's pretty cool. Basically, anytime before you go to make a post of your own, whether that's a Facebook Live or it's just a regular post, status update, whatever you're going to do, a video that you've uploaded, anytime before you go to make a post, if you spend 10 minutes engaging in your friends' feeds, particularly, I would say, engaging heavily in your potentials feeds, right, in their posts, then that's kind of like, I guess you'd call it like warming up the algorithm, right? Remember, engaging, not just emoji heart, yay, that was fun. Like, get a conversation going, spend 10 minutes doing that. And then let's say you do a Facebook Live. Let's just say that's the post that you're going with. And you do your live, and it's fabulous, and it's great. And of course, there are many things you can do to get engagement going in a live, like you could ask people where they're tuning in from to comment below. You can ask people if they relate what you're talking to. You can ask them to share something. So there are ways to do that. But then the other part of the 10 is after you're done with your post, for 10 minutes, you're engaging in the comments of the individuals who have commented on your post, regardless of what the post is. Again, it's a live, it's a regular post, picture, whatever. So the 10-10, again, to warm up the algorithm, is commenting and engaging in people's posts for 10 minutes prior to you posting, and then taking 10 minutes after and replying to the comments that people comment on the post that you've posted. Did that sound confusing on the post that
You're posting? And from what I understand is, and correct me if I'm wrong, that scrolling Facebook, like just being a scroller and not making comments and not liking anything, actually hurts how we're seen on Facebook. So if you're a scroller, stop it. Like, quit.
Apparently, Facebook has measured like how long it would take someone to read like a certain length of a post. And if you're not like, I guess, reading that post or on that post for that amount of time, like Marianne said, like you're hurting your own visibility. Even with a video, like if you only watch something for like, I don't know, 3, 5, 10 seconds or something, you're hurting your visibility because Facebook wants us to be social, right? They want us to engage with each other. They want this wonderful community of sunshine and rainbows and what do you call it, Marianne? Like unicorn rainbows and sparkles?
Rainbow unicorn kittens.
Rainbow unicorn kittens. That's what Facebook wants, okay? They want us to be active participants in each other's lives. So they're kind of doing us a favor with this algorithm thing when you think about it. If there's all these people on Facebook, and on average, our friends are generating 3,000 posts a day, there's no way we could get through all that. So they're kind of trying to sort through like who has connections, who's interested in what might you like to see. So if you want to stay active in your friends and your potentials and whoever you're talking about feeds, in their news feeds, what they're scrolling through, right? We need to engage, and really, like Marianne said, be really, really mindful of not just scrolling, because it's easy to fall into the scroll. Just to be nosy. Sometimes you just want to be nosy. Like, oh,
right. Totally. So let's talk about a little bit about, okay, so we've done the 10 before, and so now we have to post something. So what do we post? Like, what are the best types of posts? Because when we first started, it was like, you have to post about 2 to 3 times a day about, this on Plexus on our, and now it's not like that. So Katie is like queen master of posting. Her posts are, if you're not following her, like I would suggest going and following her posts because they are awesome.
They are. They're good.
She's going to kind of give us a little sneak peek as to her magic.
So I just posted about my real life, and apparently my life is like a reality show or a comedy show, more leaning towards a comedy show. But I just really try to entertain people, and but I want to like kind of draw them in and make them curious and make them want to follow me, and just like bring humor into their life and just kind of break up the monotony of Facebook. So that's what I really try to do. But I also, with Plexus, I felt like I did it all wrong in the beginning. I just like spewed it and was a billboard. And looking back at all my posts, I'm like, why did I post all this life? I mean, it was like 5 times a day, just the graphics. It was terrible. So now, like I have people reach out to me now, and it's because I am creating this curiosity. I had a girl reach out to me the other day, and it was from the gut health post that I posted. And I didn't say anything about Plexus. I just talked about all the effects that, not having a healthy gut can lead to, and like the symptoms or whatever. And she messaged me and she was like, okay, you've got to tell me about your gut health stuff, because I definitely need it. And so, she reached out to me, and another girl reached out to me who's in another network marketing company. And she was like, you got to tell me what I need to take to help. So just not putting all your information out there, like with what Plexus is and what it does and the ingredients, which that's what I did wrong all in the beginning. But just really just trying to attract people. I'm all about the attraction marketing. And, tonight I asked, which it goes back on the engagement post, I asked like, what people drove and why they loved it, because I'm in the market for a new car. And so I think I have like over 100 comments on that now, because everybody just loves to talk about themselves. So ask people questions about themselves and they will talk about themselves all day long. So I know that Kendra just posted that one about the gut health, and that is a really great post that you can like use to your advantage later on to reach out to them and say, hey, you might want to, consider this. But it's just really about like building relationships and getting to know your people, and trying to think like they think and what they would like, what would make them laugh, what would just bring joy to their life, because there's so much negativity on Facebook. I just really try to keep it light and happy and unicorn rainbow kitten. But I just work on finding your brand. I think that's a really important thing too. Like, don't try to be like anybody else. Be you. Just be original and be, the best version of you, and that is what is going to draw people in. But really, the Facebook Lives, I've noticed that after I've been consistent with my Facebook Lives, I have so much more of a reach with people who I'm not friends with, because most of my stuff is public, unless it's with my kids. But since I started doing the Facebook Lives, it seems like Facebook is saying, okay, you can reach all these new people. And so I had people that I don't even know commenting on all my stuff all the time. So that has really helped expand my reach. Just doing generic ones that aren't Plexus related, or, just kind of off the wall things. But that really is a great way to build your network and get more people. And then I do add 3 people. I try to add 3 people a day, and try to keep my friends list pretty clean. And so I am seeing, my people that I want to see. And then, obviously creating Facebook lists. We've talked about that too. And there was something else I was going to say. Removing yourself from groups that you no longer want to be a part of. That's really important for your algorithm. So if you have been added to some and you just don't care to be in them, you'll never buy anything, or they're dead groups, the groups that haven't posted anything in years. Remove yourself from those, and that'll help with your algorithm too on your friends' posts that you see. It's crazy how it works that way, but it does. So hopefully that was helpful. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that was great. So I've always had people ask me, they're like, how do you think of something? Like how do you think of a creative post? Like, what do you, like for me, it's just, I could be like, oh, that's a post, or, oh, that's a post. But for some people, and a lot of people, I think that they have issues, like just trouble thinking of maybe overcomplicating it or trying to think of something. What do you suggest? Like, what are some key things that somebody could do?
Try to get inspired from other people's posts. So if you see something that somebody posts that you really like, try to find your own words and own way to post something kind of like that, or, along the lines of that. I, definitely, if I see something that like makes me laugh or whatever, then I'll take it and make it my own. Or, my Plexus posts, I really, try to make those my own. But I'll see something that somebody posts and it'll just kind of trigger something, and then I'll just like make my own post that sounds like me and feels like me, and people will know that I kind of wrote that myself, but I didn't. But really, that's what I do with pretty much all my posts.
I have a note section in my phone, and I randomly, like at weird times, like, oh my gosh, that's a post. Like funny things with my kids, like Callie often and Austin are a trip, so I kind of like spotlight my family's ridiculousness.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a note section in my phone, and if I think of a post or something happens and I know I want to share about it later, I'll jot it down, and even make some of the posts so I remember what I'm doing so I can come back to it later. So I have like random things in my phone from like weeks ago that I might be sharing at different times.
Oh, Evernote.
Yeah.
Uses Evernote and saves it. I think I downloaded it before, but I never really got into using it. But I know that Simon, what's his last name? Simon.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it.
I should know. I listen to his podcast all the time. I keep wanting to say Simon Cowell, and what is it?
Simon Sinek, the one who wrote.
No, the MLM Nation guy.
Oh, the guy with the weird voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally forgot where I was going with that. Well, I even started talking about him. Oh, he talks about Evernote all the time, y'all. My brain is fried from looking at cars. At first, I wanted to call him Simon Cowell. I'm like, no, that's American Idol. That's not right. So yeah, Evernote. That's a really great place to save ideas. That's where I was going with that. Yeah. So take it away.
That's so funny. Okay, so the thing that I was going to talk about, and this is the last thing, is talking about engagement. I think both Katie and Adriana have both touched on engagement and some ways to increase your engagement. Kathy, yes, you need a puppy, because that is an awesome like Facebook posting thing. You could just ask, do I need a puppy? Like, what kind of puppy do I need? What kind of dog do I need? Oh my gosh, people would be all over that. What's the best dog? What doesn't shed? What doesn't, best to be trained? Okay, side note, squirrel. So engagement. So just like, sometimes people come to me and they're like, here, look at my Facebook page, and you look at their Facebook page and they have one comment and one like on their post, or they don't have a lot of engagement on their post. So my advice to somebody like that would be to do more engaging posts where you're asking questions, making sure that you're really having conversations with other people, because that's going to be huge. And if anybody's not in that engaging Facebook post library that I started, that's an awesome place to get like ideas, because I never had good ideas, but it's an awesome place to get ideas of engaging posts. But the conversation is key to increase your engagement. Okay, is having those conversations with other people. So, but engagement is, I mean, that's number one to really becoming somebody that somebody wants to talk to, or is interested in, or is curious about, because we're showing them that we care about them. And I mean, I really don't have a lot to say on engagement. I think Katie and Adriana said most of it.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm like, I don't really have anything to say. So, so is there anything that we've missed on engagement?
I did hear, I can't remember where I heard it, but somebody said that like whenever you're trying to get engagement on a post, like Facebook is trying to get information out of us because they want to gear their ads towards us. They want to know more about us and know more information about us so that they can know like what they want to put in front of us to buy. So that's why, if you have a post that has a lot of engagement, and you're like asking them questions about like, with my car post, for example, I'm asking like, why do you like this car? What do you have and all that stuff? Well, we're commenting back and forth. So we're having a conversation in the post, but Facebook is loving that. So they're showing it to more people because they're finding out more information and what they can put in front of people. So, you do want to, ask them questions and stuff, just like Marianne talked about. But that's why, is because they're really trying, they watch everything. They know everything. It's like Big Brother, but I'm probably going to have so many ads for Honda Odysseys and like all this stuff. My news, because they're finding out so much information from this post.
And bottom line, I mean, Facebook's job is to make money. I mean, they are a business and they make money by selling ads. So they've got to know what we're all about and what we're doing. And the other thing is did you know that you can increase the engagement, and Facebook looks at your conversations that you're having? So on Messenger. So that is a part of Facebook algorithms is Facebook Messenger. So if you've had the conversation on your post and then you take it over to Messenger, you could just be like, hey, so I thought I'd take this off of Facebook and I'd bring it over to Messenger. I wanted to ask you some more questions about your Odyssey van. Like, I've got these 2 kids and I don't, blah, 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 blah. Like Facebook is looking at Katie and this girl's conversations and being like, oh, well, they want to see each other's stuff and, they're engaged. So, and the other key thing about engagement is you want to get engagement on your post quickly. So if you have a post that's out there that is 5 hours old and doesn't have any likes or comments, what do y'all think? I mean, my suggestion is to take it down, Yeah.
I think the times that you post it are important too.
Yes.
I think it's 7 to 9 in the morning and 7 to 9 at night is the best time to post. And I found that to be pretty true. I think on Instagram, the best time is like 3 o'clock in the afternoon because everybody's like ready to get out of work and they're scrolling Instagram. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But
Kids are getting out of school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a lot of luck at
and
2 p.m. too for like the Carline moms.
Caroline. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, sometimes if I know if it's a great post, and which that's when, you know, we have the Boost Star engagement group so we can get people to comment on it. And that's another thing too, is make sure that if you are commenting on other people's posts to help them, make sure you're not just like putting 1 word or 2 words, because they're seeing that and they have caught on to knowing that that's what's going on. And so they'll hurt you and hurt your algorithm for doing that. So make sure you are like writing like a full sentence or using GIFs or, you know, emojis, that kind of stuff.
Perfect. All right, so we're gonna kind of transition over to you guys. Questions about, I don't know what my computer's doing. Questions about what we talked about. Questions that you guys have. Any sort of anything y'all want to talk about. Like, the floor is yours. No question is wrong or simple or bad or good or whatever. I mean, everyone's had the same. All right, Miss Felicia.
Hey, ladies.
Hey.
Are y'all doing shareables at all anymore?
I don't use them. They're
I've never
silly,
used
in my
Marbles.
opinion. Yeah, I've never really.
I've always used them, but I use them in private messenger. I use the catalog, like the virtual catalog, and I use the triplex video, or if they ask about the slim. But sometimes, you know, most of the time I'll send like the other nutritionist one. But I've had good success with using shareables. So
But in Messenger, not on your
yeah,
Facebook.
not on my, never on my not Facebook page.
Yeah, I've done the brochure, like where you can share the virtual brochure before.
Yeah. The reason why you don't want to share the shareables is because Facebook will know that you're getting people to leave Facebook, and they're not going to show that to, they don't ever want to. So like with YouTube links, if you ever post the YouTube links, you want to do it in the comments. Any kind of link, you want to do it in the comments, because they don't want people leaving Facebook. They want to keep them all here. So they're going to hurt you, and, you know, if they, not physically, but they'll
Right.
hurt your visibility if they think that you're taking people away from Facebook. So.
Okay, I didn't realize that. So that's good to know. I didn't know why people were saying link is in the comments.
That's why.
Why?
Yep.
And you also don't want to click the share button unless you're just trying to help somebody else, right? Like if Katie goes Facebook Live and I want to share it to my wall and say something, that helps Katie's Facebook Live. Like, Facebook looks at that and says, oh my gosh, like that's, you know, we've got 3 shares or 5 shares or whatever. And then they take it out to more people. But, you know, sharing a bunch of recipes on your wall or sharing a bunch of stuff from other people Facebook doesn't look at that as really relevant. And so you'll notice people that do that really don't have a lot of engagement on their wall. Great question, Felicia.
I noticed that about people that share something. They don't, like, if I share something, I don't hardly get any likes.
Mm-hmm.
And I might share it just because I like it, or, you know, something.
Stop doing that.
I will.
Facebook group that I follow said that's really relevant is, he said, because this applies to me. I'm not saying it to you, Felicia, but he's like, it's not about you. Even though it's your Facebook, it's not about you. You're trying to influence someone to make a decision, whether that's to follow you, whether that's to want to plug into what you're talking about, whether that's eventually to see if they're open to hearing about your product or opportunity. But that it's not, like, he told me that, like me. He said it's not about
That
you.
makes sense.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That makes sense. It's not about me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Different way of looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You have to think of it from, like, there's 2 types of people on Facebook. there are consumers and there are creators. So we're creators. So we have to kind of change like our mindset in terms of, I mean, yeah, it's your Facebook and you want to be you and you want to be real and you want to be authentic. But in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter that like you didn't get 25 likes on something you shared because you liked it? No, right?
Right.
So I always try to think of it from like, from me trying to reach consumers and me being the creator. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
And the other thing that I would advise somebody who doesn't have a lot of engagement or maybe hasn't been really active on Facebook, while they're trying to really kind of increase their engagement, so they're trying to build up those conversations, they're really being intentional on other people's posts with commenting and having conversations, is to join, you know, 1 or 2 Facebook groups that you are interested in. And that's where you start the engagement stuff. Like that's where you really kind of get involved, because groups is, we've heard, we were talking about it at lunch today, we've heard a number of people say that that's kind of the up and coming craziness of Facebook is, and that's where it's at, is groups. So finding a group that's engaged where you can add value or you can be involved, or, you know, and really kind of network with people there. Like for instance, we've got a French Mastiff, so I'm in a French Mastiff group. So, you know, I've conversated, I've asked, you know, opinions about electric fence or this and that, and had conversations, and since having, you know, increased my friends list, you know, because I friend them. But I've never mentioned Plexus at all. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not my intention. So it's more of a lead generator. And I mean, really, I'm interested. I want to know like what kind of fence I need to get. So it's something where you can be genuine and authentic, you know, and interested. So
I have a question. So I made a Plexus Jumpstart post today. I don't know what time it was, but I only had like 2 comments on it. One from an outsider, like a prospect, but not so much right now. And then Adriana. Should I take that down and then like repost something in the morning, like 7 o'clock?
We could go comment on it and boost it so more people would see it. So if everybody went that's in this group and went and commented on it, like something exciting, then did you like post a selfie, or like was it personal?
Yeah, and it was like a picture of like some little bags of jump starts.
Yeah, I wouldn't delete it. We could just go and boost it so more people see it. It
Okay.
could have just been the time that you posted it.
Okay. Thank y'all.
And the other thing is with posting like things like jump starts or specials that we've got $5 off X Factor, you know, whatever. Facebook can kind of like scan it and see. Like I did a post last week on the $5 off, you know, and I mean, you know, we're all still learning, right? And I'm like, okay, I only got like 2 comments on it. I was like, that was a pretty good post. Like, but it was the graphic, you know, it was a salesy graphic, right? So I think that Facebook looks at that. They don't want us selling and being, you know, spammy, I guess is the point.
Isn't that what Adriana says? It's Facebook. They want to see your face. Isn't that what she says?
Yes. And they're looking, like Marianne said, for words like message me, PM me, comment below, claim your spot. So like, I don't do that a lot at all. But like there was a post of Austin doing this live where he has this big thing he's trying to accomplish with Relay for Life. And I really wanted people to share the post. Like I wasn't about my business. So I got creative with it and like did, you know, SSSHHHAA, like, and people could see that it read share, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like Facebook is a learning machine. It's like that's what it is, the algorithm thing. So it's constantly learning. Like it's never going to stop trying to learn and figure things out. So we just kind of always have to be on our A game. And it doesn't like it. It's not that it doesn't like network marketers, but like it doesn't like spammy people. Yeah. Because Facebook users don't like spammy people. So.
We're back to conversations. It wants conversations. It wants to know what we're going to buy. And who needs to be an advertiser and about the money.
really changed it up. Like Marianne said earlier, you know, what we were doing 3 years ago was completely different. Like it was so different, and it works then, but it doesn't work now. Like really implementing these strategies, and really, like, if you went and scrolled my Facebook, you know, aside from like, okay, we're doing a jump start, so I have a jump start post, whatever. But you rarely see anything like, as odd as it sounds, Plexus specific product related. Like, I'm really, really branding myself, and I'm still getting lots of customers, team members, people are joining me. Like, I'm still growing. It's just a lot of, from these built relationships, the behind the scenes things that people don't see on my Facebook wall. So it's just one of many. I'm not saying that that's the only way to do it, but that's what's working for me, because before what I was doing wasn't working anymore. So.
And I will say it's not an overnight thing. Like, it is definitely a process. So, I mean, you've got to give it 30, 60, 90 days. Like, it's
especially if you've been doing it wrong for a while, you kind of have to kind of pay your dues, and it's going to take a little bit to rebound from that if you were like us and were spamming people and posting.
Everyone seems to be different. Like, I see some new people who are like brand new. Like my new girl who just joined, Emily from the last Jumpstart, like she popped up this Plexus post, you know, and like Plexus, Plexus. And she, like, everybody was like, whoa, but she's not been doing it for 3 years. She's brand new. Like, she did add a little twist to it. And then you see some people who are brand new who will do something similar and get like crickets. So like
it's about influence. It's about influence too. I mean, it's about how active you are, how engaging your Facebook page is. Are you people already kind of following you and want to see what you post, you know, or are you a recipe share, like, you know, and nobody's seeing anything?
Yeah.
So.
Very true.
Yep. Any other questions? Next. Hope, you got anything?
This is kind of off subject, but did everybody get their email about Too Big to Miss?
Yes, I'm excited about that. Adriana, did you miss that?
Adriana gets the last, like, Adriana gets 5 days later. My team will be like, woohoo, new promotion, incentive. And I'm like, what? What are we doing?
Oh.
What is, I haven't checked my email. What is it?
They sent some. Sorry, go ahead, Felicia.
She's breaking up.
It just says,
Hello?
set your alarms for April 2nd. Plexus is announcing something, and it's too big to miss.
Cool. That's awesome.
It says the unveiling of something.
Oh, I wonder if it's a new product.
Remember when they did it, like, I don't know, I think it was like 2015, with the way they unveiled the, what was it? The Ease. Remember they did it with, like, it was like this wizard and there was a fish he was holding.
Oh
and
my
like,
God. Is the fish? Is
No,
it?
that was a Mega X.
Yes.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Is it a fish? Is it like that went on forever?
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says the big announcement. The big announcement means even bigger things for your business.
Woohoo!
Yay! That's super exciting.
I got a quick question.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you guys share testimonies much on your wall?
I just kind of sprinkle them in every once in a while.
That's something I've done a lot of, and I was curious.
Yeah, I do them every once in a while, like probably every 10th post I might share a testimony, as long as it's, I mean, it has to be like jaw dropping, and I really try to take Plexus out of it. So they have to ask me, like, what does she take, or what is, you know, what is, but the past few people I've gotten are from sharing testimonies. So I think it's important to not forget about the power of testimonies, because that's really, you know, how we built our business with sharing these, but it's gotten a lot harder with, you know, being compliant. But really, because if you add them into the what if this changes everything group, they'll be seeing testimonies, and also in the gut health challenge we'll be, I mean, in our gut page we'll be sharing testimonies too, and we'll have albums that you can point people to. But I just don't share them. I don't think you need to share them every day. It's just something, probably every 10th post, do a testimony.
And always make some sort of, do you agree, Katie? Always make some sort of personal connection to it. My pet peeve is if I see someone share like someone's testimonial, this picture says Sally shares, and then it just says it. It's like, that's an ad. What are you doing? No.
Yeah.
Some sort of personal connection to what you're sharing to show that it matters and it's relevant to you.
I agree.
Thank you for the gut health group. That's awesome.
We're hoping it'll have everybody, you put your potentials in there, anybody who's interested, and
Yeah.
we all engage in there. And
Excited about that. It's going to be awesome.
oh, and we're starting on April the 2nd, 3rd. We're doing a Gut Glam 7-day free challenge. So not plexus related, like just about, Katie, you explain it. You're the one with the gut glammy idea.
Come on, Katie.
So it's basically going to educate people on how gut health is connected to your hair, your skin, your nails, your intestines. We're going to help, we're going to talk about like working out and getting your water intake, how drinking enough water, hydrating yourself is going to help with like your skin. And we're still like figuring out all the logistics of everything. And but I think it's going to be really great, like as an alternative to doing, a 7-day slim challenge. This is just going to be something where we can just teach people how it's all connected and how, like I would have never thought that getting on a probiotic would clear up my skin. So, people just don't know how much gut health impacts them and their overall, looks and stuff. So excited about that.
And it'll be good because it's free. They don't have to buy anything to do the challenge, right? And we're always doing 7-day challenge, $25 or something like that, where we're trying to quote unquote sell something. Like, let's offer something free that's valuable and information to them that's fun. And then, so.
It's going to be good.
Excited.
All right, anybody else?
What's it
Nicole?
called, Katie?
Huh?
Which one? The challenge we're going to do?
Yes.
Gut Glam.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole, you got anything? She's up there buried in snow. No? Bless her.
Everybody good?
All right. Well, if we don't have any more questions, I guess we are done for the evening. So think about what was said tonight, like what Katie talked about and what Adriana talked about, and some of the questions, and kind of think about maybe a couple things that you're going to implement. Like, what are you going to implement? And just pick 1 or 2 things to start with. You don't want to get overwhelmed. You don't want to go join 20 groups and think that's it and do this and this and this. Like, just pick a couple things and get those consistently in your repertoire of what you do, and then add something else, and of course, we're all here on, for everybody. We're all here to help. So, and we're going to do another one of these, and I think it's going to be on different topics, right, girls? We're going to do another one of these in 2 weeks on Facebook training and some other things that we're learning. So, all right.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. And Adriana, it was so good to see your face. Oh my gosh.
It worked. So now I just know I have to unplug like everything.
Right?
Unplug your toaster and you'll be good to go.
I had to unplug everything. Oh, you don't realize how many things are put in, so you have to unplug them.
It's so funny.
I feel like there was something else we were supposed to tell them.
I do too.
Okay, the next Jumpstart starts on March 20th.
Yes.
If you do not have product to 20th, if you do not have product to sell to people, talk to one of us and we will be happy to sell them the product. Okay. So don't let that stop you from getting people in a Jumpstart. All right.
Okay.
So, cause we've got product. So
Yeah.
if, you know, like Felicia, if you've got 10 people who want to be, wouldn't that be awesome? 10 people who you want to be in the Jumpstart and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have 3 bags of Slim. Contact us. You know, people can pay us. And of course, it'd be your customer once they join or once they sign up. Okay. But we don't want that to be a deterrent for anybody not participating.
People are so much more apt to jump in on this, I'm finding, when you say product on hand. They're like, okay, I want it.
Yeah, I've got 2, possibly 3.
That's
So-
awesome. That's so good. That's so good.
I had 4 in the last one and got 2 customers.
Awesome. Oh, that's a great, let's talk about that. Okay, Felicia, you got 2 customers. I got 1 customer. Adriana, what did you had
I
some
got
business.
2 ambassadors and 3 customers.
That's awesome. Anybody else? Nope. All right. Well, we got some good results from the people that are in there. I think it's really, really good.
Yeah.
So, and then the good thing is now we're going to go, okay, you know, hey, these people that were in this Jumpstart, well, don't you have 4 or 5 people that you can share it with, you know, for $25 or whatever you're deciding to sell it for? Let's get you in the next Jumpstart. And then it's kind of like a cycle.
Yep.
Right? Yay. And we've got a power hour on Thursday night at 9 where we can kind of all work our businesses together. And maybe Adriana will share some of her fabulous wording again. So
Yes. I have some new wording too that's working. So
awesome. All right. Thank you guys.
You ladies.
bye.
So
Appreciate
much.
it. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi.